Hello everyone, Guy Smith here, and today we are back in modded construction. I just wanted to start on the title screen because, well, seriously, this is so accurate as to what we're doing today. Ride the Dragon, this is, well, it's related to, anyway. So, I hope you've not missed this series too much. Yeah, this place is a mess right now. It's kind of insanity as I'm carving out this mountain, the area for the mountain. So I'm gonna put the mountain in here, and what I'm gonna do is basically make a large circular, room of sorts, with like passageways to nowhere on the sides, and in the center will be the Isidar Mithram, the Star Sapphire. I actually have the Inheritance wiki pulled up for a more specific description. I'm actually reading direct from the wiki. I will obviously be cutting out the actual picture of the wiki just for copyright reasons. Here's what it says. The Star Sapphire, or Isidar Mithram, is a gigantic red gem, 60 feet in diameter. I can't talk today. Carved to resemble a rose in full bloom. It literally hangs upside down, sort of. The rose itself hangs upside down onto the inside of the hall where it rests, where it is placed. It decorated the ceiling of one of Trondheim's many halls. It was a crowning glory to Dwarven architecture, also called the Star Rose, because it's shaped like a rose. Spoiler alert, it was shadowed by Aria. I won't say when, but it was for good reason. After that, the dwarves were angered by Aria's actions and refused to move the shards, leaving the wreckage where it fell on the floor of the hall in mourning. Saphira, Aragon's dragon, promised to fix it, and she did so in the third book, Brisinger. The dwarves built scaffolding and put all the pieces back together. Saphira was able to magically repair the massive gem as a gift for the dwarves and for Auric. I won't say it. Never mind. Ignore that. Spoilers. I will give you guys a picture of the Star Sapphire. Also, I really quick want to add that no, I am not remotely trying to create the entirety of Farthendir, the gigantic mountain crater that contains Trondheim. And I'm not building the entirety of Trondheim, I'm just making one hall. This is why it is so small comparably, because Trondheim is, I think, over a mile high, and that is impossible to do in Minecraft because that would actually require 1,000 blocks at least, because that would, I think it would be over 1,680 around, in order for it to equal about a mile. And I'm not about to try and not only build that, but I'm pretty sure that Minecraft doesn't even render air that high. So yeah, that would be insanity. And also Farthendir itself is, it actually has its own weather on the inside. I will give you guys a picture of what Farthendir is supposed to look like. Yeah, it's a sprawling metropolis around it with like lights from houses and cottages and whatnot. Trondheim itself is considerably like a capital type building of the large colony of people that live there. Anyway, what I want to do to at least make sure that I show the grandeur of the Dwarven architecture there, I want to do the Star Sapphire and then the Great Staircase on the side. It is somewhat more to the side because it doesn't actually go through the Star Sapphire, of course. And the Star Sapphire is 60 feet in diameter, so I think that would be 20 blocks across. That's actually really big. I'm not even sure what block I'm actually gonna make it out of right now. Something red and pretty, of course. I'm gonna need that. Ooh, yeah. I've added a specific mod. I needed more magic in this mod pack because the inheritance cycle in general has a large amount of magic in it. Just let me go through this to get to the first phase. If you want to know specifics, it is Ars Magica 2. Oh gosh, I want to actually do one specific spell. I have in the config the thing that enables you to do the creative stuff. Actually, I'm gonna leave it up. Magica 2. Not 2 spaces, just the 1 space, and then no, I don't need the Arcane Spellbook. I need the Arcane Compendium. I almost gave myself the wrong thing. I don't need that. Here we go. Drop it and pick it up. You've unlocked the secrets of the arcane. Alright, now I can do the stuff that I want to do. By the way, I remember something from the books. No, this is not the size of the door that the dwarves had into Farthendir. It was basically like a secret tunnel entrance that opened near this gigantic waterfall that went into this lake and eventually into a river. I'm not making the river, I just made a much smaller version of the lake, by the way. And a very small version of the door out of ghost blocks. When you went into it, you came into this slightly smaller hallway that opened into a much taller, bigger one. Saphira had a little bit of trouble getting through the first part, I believe, because the doorway was slightly smaller and the first bit of the hallway for, I think, a couple of meters was somewhat shorter, and she had to crawl through a little bit with a little bit of difficulty, but then it became much higher and wider, and she was able to walk through it. The halls in Tronchim are seriously just high, really, really high. Several, like, 15 meters at least, most of the time. And when I imagine the Boar Mountains, you may not picture it the same way as I do, but I picture it with a really, with a type of, stone color, much like this. The Boar Mountains in general would just sort of be like this, sort of like a, clay stone, that sort of thing. And yeah, I'm scaling down a lot of things because I have to. Just because I'm not about to build a 500 block wide thing. This is probably about, maybe, I don't know, 50 to 100 blocks across already. The Star Sapphire is going to be about 20, and the hall in general is going to be just gigantic. And I've cleared out a large amount of area, and I'm probably, well, I don't know what I'm going to do about the lower part. I might or might not leave it. Although I do intend to make the dragon stables, and then sort of like a crater above it. I'm not entirely sure how that will all work out, but I know that it'll sort of like blend into a single ring and create a crater, a large opening into the crater, because literally that thing is gigantic. And yeah. So what I need to do is make a spell altar, I believe. Yeah. Oop, it's weird putting this down. It glows though, which is kind of cool. Put those way, do, and I need, I think, a lever. Yeah, as you can see, I have everything unlocked, including all the extra stuff. So, utilities, the moonrise, prosperity, daylight, monolink, monoshield, buff power, what, and affinity, which I have no stuff in. Oh, I need to name it. Aragon actually had a spell, but it's different than the one that I'm trying to sort of like come up with. Where is again make bright? Thankfully, there are no letter accents in these words. Okay. Get rid of those. I'm gonna actually make this spell. Thank you very much. So, what I need to do is place that on here. Mage Light, you can go away. Alright, what I need to do is do, I believe, a... Okay, here's the material list. These are my materials: blank room, vindium dust, feather, rawfish, clay, white room, cherry blossom, glowstone dust, vindium torch, spell parchment. F1. Drop it. Yeah, that looks cool. Alright, now it calls for the vindium dust, the feather, raw fish, clay, white rune, cherry blossom, glowstone, vindium torch, and the spell parchment. Cool. Ooh. I get to customize this with stuff. I think I'd like that. Yeah, there's a difference in the mage lights. This is so much better than the black ones that were in here before. And I have to be really close to the block because it's a touch spell. So yeah, flight comes in very handy. Alright, well, we now have a spell. This is so cool. I'm just like giddy and happy right now that I have this now working. Anyway, I don't know what to do for the rest of this episode. I made a spell. That's kind of a lot. Yeah, and I also have the settings set up so that it only shows the Ars Magica stuff when I'm actually holding a spell in my hand. Kind of keeps it out of the way because it can be a little bit distracting. Yeah, just out of curiosity, right now I want to see how wide is this exactly. 138 to 91 about. It needs to be at least 20 across for the Star Sapphire. So I think that should work out okay. Oh my gosh, my FPS is pretty low. Gosh. At least it's a stable FPS, more or less. Not a very jaggedy one. It's like, I don't really notice it too much. Seems alright. Uh... Just imagine me trying to play with shaders, though. I'm pretty sure that I would only have, like, 1 FPS right now if I had shaders installed. I have too many mods for shaders to work well, even. And I'm pretty sure that Microblocks makes shaders freak the heck out. If I ever do, like, a different building series besides modded construction, or I, like, change the mod pack up so that I can do shaders, I'm gonna have a lot fewer mods. If I had Microblocks, I definitely wouldn't have a lot of other mods, especially because of that. If I do something with shaders, I would probably just do Biomes of Plenty and like Natura, that kind of mod that adds more blocks and good scenery and whatnot, just so that I could have really good looking area and blocks and whatnot. I wouldn't have a ton of like technical stuff just because I could. Because shaders seriously is demanding on resources. It really, really is. Yeah, I'm ranting now. But anyway, next episode, I hope that I'm gonna be working on the dragon stables. It's kind of cool how I'm just like holding the spell and it looks really, really cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Modded Construction. It wasn't a lot of stuff that happened in this episode. It could have been more. But I'm not about to bore you guys with a huge ton of like building continuous things or just blowing up terrain. That's sort of what I've been doing with using this stuff called SDX from Tinker's Construct. It's basically better TNT. It's a little bit more powerful. It works better in my opinion. It also doesn't like fling me backwards if I'm flying, if I'm literally hovering over it, or I'm placing more of it short distance away. It doesn't really fling me around. It doesn't affect the player position-wise, I think. I think it only blows up terrain, not the player. I think that's sort of what it's supposed to do. But anyway, leave a like if you did enjoy. Normally my episodes have a little bit more content, like I'm actually making an entire thing. When I have finished a decent amount of this, I will probably give you guys another episode of this because, oh my gosh, there is so much to do. I might also take a little bit of a break because, seriously, this is so much work. I might have to span it over the course of maybe 5 episodes just for maybe, like, the mountain and the Star Sapphire in the general Great Room. Then I do the Dragon Stables in 1 or 2 episodes. Maybe. Over that in general. I don't want to have more than, like, 10 episodes per major build like this. I want to have, like, little builds on the sides as well. I also have this, like, the crypt to work on, which some of you might not know about. I'm pretty sure I pointed it out. Yeah, crypt. And we have Minecraft Comes Alive. We have that village to create, that I want to create eventually and everything. So yeah. Subscribe if you want to eventually see that. I have other series that I'm going to do as well. This series might be a little less frequent. I have that new series called Don't Starve, where I'm playing the exact name the game. My series will often just be the name of whatever that is. Unless it's a series of my own creation, in which case, of course, I'm coming up with a name. Duh. So yeah, anyway, that's all. Until next time, take care. I'll see you guys. Bye!